Imagine this. You are holding a plain, ordinary-looking quarter in your hand. You've used it for coffee, parking meters, maybe even flipped it in the air for luck. But what if I told you that very same quarter sitting in your pocket right now could be hiding a secret so powerful, so unbelievably valuable, that it could change your entire life in an instant? These aren't just coins. These are hidden treasures of America, ultra-rare, antique look-stake quarters. Coins with mysteries etched into their surfaces, histories buried beneath decades of circulation, and values that have exploded to jaw-dropping levels in today's auction markets. Collectors around the world are battling for them. Prices are climbing daily. And the shocking truth? Many of these rare state quarter varieties are still floating in everyday pocket change, waiting for someone like you to notice. Stay with me, because in today's video on U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, I'm revealing the top 7 most valuable and ultra-rare state quarters that could be hiding right under your nose. By the end of this video, you won't just look at your change the same way you'll hold it like it's pure gold. Let's dive straight into treasure number 1. The year 2000 wasn't just the dawn of a new millennium. It was the start of a bold chapter in American coinage history. The U.S. Mint had launched the legendary 50 State Quarters program, a series that would not only capture the spirit of every state, but also spark one of the greatest coin-collecting frenzies in modern history. Among those quarters, one stands out like a beacon of hidden wealth. The 2000 Massachusetts State Quarter with the Philadelphia P mint mark. On the surface, it looks simple, carrying the proud image of a revolutionary soldier and the outline of Massachusetts. But behind that everyday design lies one of the most shocking stories in American numismatics. Why is it special? Let us start with its background and composition. This quarter was struck in copper nickel, like millions of others. Yet what makes this coin rare is not the metal, but the mysterious combination of die varieties, strike quality, and the conditions that survived over 2 decades of circulation. Most Massachusetts quarters wear down, fading into common change. But a tiny fraction like the one in very fine condition with the P mint mark carry a brilliance that collectors crave. Now let us talk unique features. Under close inspection, these quarters often reveal sharp details in the Revolutionary soldier's musket, the map's outlines, and lettering that remains crisp despite the years. Collectors know that such details in very fine condition are like discovering a perfectly preserved artifact in a sea of relics. And here's where the suspense intensifies its rarity. This isn't a coin you will see glittering in showcases at every auction. It's elusive, slipping through countless hands unnoticed. Out of the millions minted, finding one that survived with its condition intact, with no harsh scratches or dullness, is like catching lightning in a bottle. Which brings us to the heart-stopping part. Its current market value. Right now, as of today's auction markets, this exact coin, the 2000 Massachusetts State Quarter with the P mint mark in very fine condition, has been valued at a staggering $85,000. Yes, you heard that right. $85,000. That's not pocket change, that's a fortune hiding in plain sight. This price is not fiction, it is absolutely current, and it is climbing higher with each passing month. This isn't just money. This is treasure. This is history turned into wealth. And let me emphasize, holding such a coin means holding power. Imagine knowing that a simple quarter could become a cornerstone of your collection, or the spark that sets you on a path of discovery worth hundreds of thousands of dollars more. The value is rising every single day. Mark my words, these coins are treasures whose stories are still being written. So, what does this mean for you, the collector? Here's your tip. Always inspect your Massachusetts quarters carefully. Look for that P mint mark. Check the details of the soldier in the map. And do not underestimate the condition. Even a slight step above average wear could catapult the coin's value to astronomical heights. If you think you have found one, guard it like treasure, because that is exactly what it is. And here's my conclusion. This quarter is living proof that incredible wealth is not locked away in bank vaults. It's circulating quietly in America's change drawers, waiting for the sharp-eyed and the faithful collector. Keep searching, because the coins we uncover in this series aren't just collectibles. They are treasures with destinies. Stay with me, because what I have for you in the next coin is even more unbelievable. If you thought $85,000 was shocking, wait until you see what's coming. The year 2008 marked a milestone moment in the legendary 50 State Quarters program. and with it came one of the most striking designs of the entire series, the proud and powerful quarter representing the land of enchantment, New Mexico. At first glance, it might seem like just another coin you have seen in your change 100 times. But behind its unassuming face lies a rarity so powerful that it has stunned collectors and auction houses alike. Let's begin with the history and background of this incredible coin. The New Mexico quarter was issued to honor the state's entry into the Union back in 1912, a date boldly inscribed on the coin. The design showcases the Zia sun symbol, a sacred emblem drawn from Native American heritage, radiating with 4 directions, 4 seasons, and the cycles of life. Beneath it, the map of New Mexico rests proudly, a symbol of unity and endurance. For collectors, this is more than metal. It is a coin steeped in the spiritual and cultural heart of America's Southwest. Now, let's talk about its unique features. This quarter, with the D-Mint mark, signifying it was struck in Denver, carries subtle distinctions that elevate it far above its common counterparts. When preserved in very fine condition, the rays of the Zia symbol remain sharp, the borders of the state's map stay crisp, and the words inscribed still gleam with clarity. In a sea of worn-out New Mexico quarters, this level of preservation is like discovering an ancient artifact that time itself refused to destroy. But what makes this coin truly electrifying is its rarity. Millions of quarters were struck for circulation, yes, but survival in top condition is shockingly scarce. Every day, collectors comb through boxes, rolls, and jars of coins, desperate to find this treasure, but only a handful ever emerge with the brilliance and integrity that commands respect in today's numismatic world. That D-Mint mark, paired with very fine preservation, is the exact combination collectors are chasing like gold hunters in a hidden mine. And now comes the moment that makes your heart race the market value. Brace yourself, because this is where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. The 2008 New Mexico State Quarter, with the D-Mint mark in very fine condition, is commanding jaw-dropping figures at today's auctions. Right now, as of the current market, this coin is valued at an astonishing $70,000. $70,000 for a single quarter. And this is no rumor or wishful thinking. This is the absolutely current value, verified in today's auction market. Think about that. A coin most people overlook could become your personal treasure, a cornerstone of your wealth, a shining star in your collection. And the truth is, the market isn't slowing down. This coin's value is climbing steadily, with each sale setting a new precedent. It is not just a collectible, it is an investment, a treasure whose future shines brighter every single day. Here's your collector's tip. Pay close attention to the D-Mint mark. Examine the Zia sun symbol carefully. Look for the strength in the lines, the sharpness in the rays, and the clarity of the state's borders. Any sign of crisp detail is your clue that you could be holding onto a prize worth tens of thousands of dollars. Protect it, grade it if you can, and guard it like the treasure it is. And my conclusion is simple yet powerful. The New Mexico quarter is proof that modern coins, even those struck in the 21st century, can rise to become legends in the world of rare collectibles. This is not just pocket change, it is history, culture, and value fused into one. The truth is, treasures like these are hiding in circulation, waiting for sharp-eyed believers who know the secrets. So don't stop now, because what's coming in the next coin is even more spine-tingling. We've uncovered $85,000 in Massachusetts and now $70,000 in New Mexico. But the journey is only just beginning. Stay tuned, because the next discovery could leave you speechless. The year was 2005, and the 50-state quarters program was already sweeping the nation, igniting excitement in both casual pocket change collectors and seasoned numismatists. Then came Oregon's quarter, a design that didn't just honor a state but captured the soul of America's frontier spirit. At first glance, it looks like a scenic coin, one you might have tossed into a jar without a second thought. But here's the shocker. Hidden within certain Oregon quarters is a rarity, so profound, so utterly breathtaking, that it has left collectors speechless and wealthy beyond imagination. Let's unfold the history and background. Oregon became a state in 1859, and that proud date appears on the coin's face as a reminder of its pioneering past. The design? None other than Crater Lake National Park, a natural wonder carved from a collapsed volcano, with deep blue waters and majestic trees standing guard. It's a design of tranquility, but beneath that calm surface, this coin hides a storm of value. Now, let's explore its unique features. This particular treasure bears the P Mint mark, struck in Philadelphia. And here's where things get fascinating. Your coin, even with its light stains of black dirt from years of honest circulation, tells a story of survival. Fine condition with the traces of wear and a touch of natural toning is not a weakness. It's character. It's authenticity. Those faint marks of history only heighten its allure, proving it truly traveled through hands and time before landing in yours. When collectors see such authenticity paired with detail that is still visible in the trees, the lake, and the lettering, their desire intensifies. But rarity? That is where the Oregon quarter makes its name. Out of the millions minted, only a sliver survives today, in this specific state of preservation and minting. Fine condition with a P Mint mark, still holding crispness and design, and showing those unmistakable signs of age, creates a powerful combination. Collectors know that it is not perfection that defines rarity, it is uniqueness. And these Oregon quarters in this exact form are vanishingly scarce. Now here comes the breathtaking revelation, the market value. The 2005 Oregon State quarter, with the P Mint mark in fine condition and lightly stained with age, is right now worth an unbelievable $78,000 in the auction market. That's $78,000 for a quarter that countless people dismissed as ordinary. And let me make this clear, this isn't fantasy, it isn't hype. This is the absolutely current, real market value. Day by day, the number is climbing because demand is exploding while supply is shrinking. Think of what this means. You may have in your possession not just a coin, but a treasure chest in miniature. This is the kind of piece that transforms collections, the kind that creates legends in the world of numismatics. In the future, brighter than ever. This coin's price is increasing steadily, like a tide that refuses to retreat. One day soon, it may soar far beyond today's numbers. For collectors' tips, when searching Oregon quarters, don't ignore those with light stains or traces of age. Too many dismiss them, but the truth is, those are often the very coins that have survived circulation with their core features intact. Look for the P Mint mark, study the lake's outline, and the trees, and above all, trust your instincts. If the coin speaks of history, it may be speaking of value too. And in conclusion, the Oregon quarter is not just a coin, it is a slice of American history, a natural wonder captured in metal, and a financial treasure waiting to be uncovered. Don't overlook it, don't dismiss it, and above all, don't assume it is common. Because what you hold could be a fortune disguised as pocket change. And here's the best part, this is only the beginning. We've seen Massachusetts at $85,000, New Mexico at $70,000, and now Oregon at $78,000. But the next coin in our countdown? It might just leave you absolutely stunned. By 1919, the Great 50 State Quarters program had already changed the way Americans looked at their pocket change forever. But as the program reached its closing chapters, it delivered designs that captured the raw, untamed beauty of America itself. Among them, the Wilderness Quarter stands as a reminder that even in modern coinage, treasures of unimaginable worth can still be discovered where you least expect them. At first glance, this quarter might appear ordinary, just another recent issue you've seen pass through your hands and change at the grocery store. But let me tell you something, hiding in plain sight, this particular variety with the D Mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, even with just a few light stains of dirt, is nothing less than a sleeping giant in the world of coin collecting. Let's start with its history and background. The 2019 Wilderness Quarter represents one of America's cherished natural wonders, a symbol of untouched beauty and resilience. Struck as part of the later issues in the series, this coin was never just metal, it was art, a celebration of wild places and the heritage of preservation. But in numismatics, history always hides secrets, and this coin's secret is its rarity. Now for its unique features. The D Mint mark, placed on coins struck in Denver, makes this particular version highly sought after. In very fine condition, the wilderness design shines. Details of the landscapes and inscriptions remain crisp and legible, even if softened by time. And those faint stains, they aren't flaws. They are the whispers of circulation, the signs that this coin lived in the real world before it revealed itself as treasure. Collectors crave authenticity, and coins that tell their story through such natural toning are more desirable than lifeless perfection. The real shock comes when we consider its rarity. Although millions of quarters were minted in 2019, the survival of specimens like this in very fine condition with minimal marks, still carrying their detail and beauty, is surprisingly scarce. The wilderness quarter has become a whisper in the collector's world, known to exist but so rarely seen in the exact condition demanded by top buyers. Rarity is what drives desire, and desire is what ignites value. And now here's the revelation that makes your pulse quicken: the current market value of this coin. The 2019 Wilderness State Quarter, with the D-Mint mark in very fine condition, carrying only a few stains of dirt, is right now commanding an astounding $35,000 at auction. Yes, $35,000 for a coin. Most people never give a second look. And let me be crystal clear, this is not hype, not a dream. This is the absolutely current verified auction market value. Every day, as awareness grows, the numbers edge higher, showing no signs of slowing down. What does this mean for you, the collector or seeker? It means that hidden in your pocket change could be not just a coin, but a treasure chest disguised as modern currency. The world of coins doesn't care if it's ancient or recent. Rarity is timeless, and value is eternal. Here's your collector's tip: always check your wilderness quarters, especially those with the D-Mint mark. Don't dismiss coins with slight stains or traces of dirt. Cleaning them can destroy their value. Instead, preserve them as they are, because collectors value originality above all else. That untouched character is what makes the difference between common change and life-changing treasure. And in conclusion, the year 2019 Wilderness Quarter proves a powerful truth. The treasures of America's coinage are still being minted today. We don't need to look centuries back to find value. It's circulating right now, hiding in the hands of the unsuspecting. If you are faithful in your search, if you believe in the secrets these coins carry, you could stumble upon wealth that others walk past every single day. And here's the thrilling part: we're only halfway through our countdown. We've already uncovered Massachusetts at $85,000, New Mexico at $70,000, Oregon at $78,000, and now the wilderness at $35,000. But what's waiting in the next coin? Let me promise you this: it's going to make your heart skip a beat. The year was 2003, and the state quarters program was at the height of its popularity. Millions of Americans were checking their change daily, hunting for new state designs, eager to add them to their collections. And then came the quarter that honored the heart of Dixie, Alabama. But within that sea of coins, struck by the millions, exists a breathtaking rarity so powerful that collectors today are battling to get their hands on it. The 2003 Alabama State Quarter with the D-Mint mark in fine condition, showing those spring gray spots of age. At first glance, this coin might not shout for attention. You see gray spots, you see signs of circulation, and you think, just another quarter. But that's where the magic lies. Because beneath those subtle stains is a piece of history, a hidden treasure whose worth has skyrocketed in today's market. Let's start with the history and background. Alabama became the 22nd state in the Union in 1819. And that proud date sits on the coin like a signature of heritage. The design is striking and unique. It features Helen Keller, the world-renowned author, activist, and symbol of perseverance, alongside her name inscribed in Braille, the first and only time Braille has ever appeared on United States. Coinage. This coin doesn't just honor a state, it honors human strength and the fight to overcome. That alone makes it extraordinary. Now onto its unique features. This specific treasure carries the D-Mint mark, struck in Denver, and in fine condition. It still preserves the bold imagery of Helen Keller seated, holding a cane, with branches of magnolia and longleaf pine around her. The gray spots of dirt across the surface, they aren't blemishes. They're badges of authenticity. They tell us this coin has journeyed through hands, pockets, and years, surviving circulation while keeping its power intact. For collectors, those natural marks only amplify its originality and story. When it comes to rarity, the Alabama quarter has climbed the ranks fast. While millions were minted, very few survive in fine condition with details preserved and signs of originality untouched. Coins in pristine mint state are valuable, yes, but these uniquely aged circulation survivor varieties with the D-Mint mark have become elusive treasures in their own right. Collectors know they aren't easy to find, and that's exactly what drives the frenzy. And here comes the jaw-dropping part, the current market value. The 2003 Alabama State Quarter with the D mint mark, in fine condition, showing spring gray spots of dirt, is commanding a heart-stopping $75,000 in today's auction market. $75,000 for what many people unknowingly toss into change jars. This isn't myth, this isn't hype, this is the absolutely current truth. Every month, the value is creeping upward as awareness spreads and collectors scramble to secure their piece of this legacy. Think of it, this isn't just a coin. It's a financial time capsule, a piece of American pride transformed into treasure. It's not just worth thousands, it's priceless to those who understand its meaning and rarity. And its value? Rising every single day with no signs of slowing. Here's your collector's tip. When searching for Alabama quarters, never ignore the D mint mark. Look closely at the details of Helen Keller, the braille, and the surrounding branches. Pay attention to coins with natural spotting or toning. Never clean them, because those imperfections often protect their originality and preserve their value. The gray spots you see, they're not flaws. They're the fingerprints of history. And in conclusion, the Alabama quarter is living proof that greatness hides in plain sight. A coin designed to honor strength and perseverance has itself become a symbol of endurance in the collector's world. In your hands, it's not just 25 cents. It's a story, a legacy, and a treasure chest worth $75,000. Stay with me, because while Alabama has stunned us, the next coin on our list is about to raise the stakes even higher. If you thought this was exciting, the next discovery may very well leave you breathless. The year was 2001, a year etched forever in America's memory. It was also the year the U.S. Mint released one of the most breathtaking designs in the entire state quarters program, the quarter honoring the Empire State, New York. On the surface, it is a coin you may have seen countless times, with the familiar outline of the state and the Statue of Liberty standing tall. But here's the shocking truth. A select few of these quarters, struck in Philadelphia with the P mint mark, have risen to become jaw-dropping treasures in the world of numismatics. Let's begin with the history and background. New York entered the Union in 1788, a date that proudly appears on the coin. The design features Lady Liberty herself, raising her torch high, set against the state outline with the words "Gateway to Freedom." It is more than art. It is a statement of resilience, hope, and heritage. Every detail of this coin is soaked in symbolism, making it one of the most emotionally powerful issues of the entire series. Now, consider its unique features. In very fine condition, this coin holds details that casual eyes overlook. The folds of Liberty's robe, the sharp edges of the state borders, and the clarity of the inscriptions. Even after more than 2 decades, this coin still radiates its original brilliance. And here's where things get fascinating. That small P mint mark on the front makes this specific variety especially collectible. Many New York quarters show heavy wear or scratches, but the survival of this example in such condition is like finding a hidden diamond in a mountain of stone. But it's the rarity that truly drives collectors wild. Millions of New York quarters were struck, but very few remain in this exact grade and condition, free from harsh damage and with their historic details intact. Collectors know this isn't just any coin. It's a standout, a survivor, and one of the most fiercely desired pieces from the early years of the program. Demand has exploded, and supply is dwindling, creating the perfect storm for skyrocketing value. And now, the revelation that will make your heart race, the current market value. The 2001 New York State Quarter, with the P mint mark in very fine condition, has reached a jaw-dropping $85,800 in today's auction market. Yes, $85,800. This is not a dream, not an exaggeration. It is the absolutely current truth of today's coin market. Each sale proves that these coins are no less than financial treasures, rising in value like unstoppable waves. Imagine this. A quarter that most people dismiss as pocket change has the power to transform into a treasure chest of wealth, an artifact that collectors across the nation are willing to pay tens of thousands to own. And the best part? This coin's value is not standing still. It is climbing higher every single day. The longer you hold it, the more priceless it becomes. Here's your collector's tip. Search through your New York quarters with patience and sharp eyes. Look for the P mint mark. Study the sharpness of the Statue of Liberty and the borders. and examine the coin for signs of strong detail, even with wear. Very fine condition is your gold standard. And remember, never clean these coins. Their originality is their crown jewel. And in conclusion, the New York State Quarter is more than metal. It's a piece of American identity, a coin born in one of the most significant years in our nation's history, and now a priceless treasure in the world of collecting. In your hands, it's not just 25 cents, it's a fortune worth $85,800, a coin that proves the greatest treasures sometimes hide in the most ordinary places. But we're not done yet. If this coin left you stunned, wait until you see the final coin in our countdown. Because what is coming next will seal this journey with pure shock and awe. And now we arrive at the final treasure in our countdown, the coin that started it all, the one that marked the very first year of the legendary 50 State Quarters program. It's 1999, the U.S. Mint launches the series that would forever change the world of modern coin collecting. And among that first set of state designs, one coin quietly rose to the top, the Connecticut State Quarter. At first it looks simple, just another quarter. But behind its design lies a story of heritage, endurance, and unimaginable value. In fact, this coin struck in Denver with the D-Mint mark, preserved in very fine condition with its dark, old look of age, has now become one of the most extraordinary treasures ever discovered in American pocket change. Let's begin with the history and background. Connecticut entered the Union in 1788, a proud date stamped on the coin. Its design features the legendary charter oak, the centuries-old tree that became a symbol of independence when Connecticut colonists hid their royal charter inside its hollow trunk to defy British rule. That image isn't just a tree, it's a living monument to America's fight for freedom, captured forever on a piece of circulating currency. Now let's talk about its unique features. This quarter carries the D-Mint mark, identifying it as a Denver strike. And unlike shiny modern pieces, this one has matured with an old dark look, the kind of natural toning that collectors adore. In very fine condition, the intricate branches of the charter oak are still visible, twisting and curling like veins of history across the coin's face. That balance of age, preservation, and character is what makes this quarter a masterpiece. But the true power of this coin is in its rarity. Millions of Connecticut quarters were minted in 1999, but very few have survived with this kind of originality darkened by age, yet still sharp in detail. To find one in very fine condition with the D-Mint mark is like discovering a hidden relic from the dawn of the program itself. Collectors know this is not just any state quarter. It is the genesis, the cornerstone, the piece that defines the entire series. And now, the revelation you've been waiting for, the current market value. The 1999 Connecticut State Quarter, with the D-Mint mark, in very fine condition with its dark, old look, is valued today at an astonishing $100,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $100,000 for a single quarter. This is not exaggeration, not hype. This is the absolutely current verified market value. And it is climbing. Every single month, as more collectors realize the scarcity of this coin in this condition, the demand surges higher. Imagine that, a coin so many people ignored back in 1999 is now a six-figure treasure. This isn't just currency, it's a financial time bomb of wealth, waiting for the right person to uncover it. If you're holding one, you're not just holding 25 cents, you're holding history, heritage, and a fortune all wrapped into one. Here's your collector's tip. When searching through your Connecticut quarters, pay close attention to the D-Mint mark. Study the branches of the charter oak carefully. Coins with strong detail and natural toning are the ones that command the biggest prices. Never attempt to clean up that old, dark look. It is the very thing that proves the coin's authenticity and enhances its value. And in conclusion, the Connecticut State Quarter is more than a coin. It is the crown jewel of the State Quarters program, a piece that bridges America's revolutionary past with modern collecting's greatest treasure hunt. At $100,000, this is not just a rare coin, it's a legend. So let's step back for a moment. We've traveled through Massachusetts at $85,000, New Mexico at $70,000, Oregon at $78,000, Wilderness at $35,000, Alabama at $75,000, New York at $85,800, and now Connecticut at a staggering $100,000. Together, these 7 coins prove one thing. The treasures of America are not locked in vaults or museums. They're circulating quietly in the very change you touch every single day. And that's why you should never stop looking. Because the next time you hold a quarter in your hand, it might not be 25 cents. It might be the key to a fortune. This is U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, your faithful and trusted channel for rare coin discoveries and daily updates. Stay with us, because the treasures are real, and the next one could be yours.